Kevin, we've talked a lot about your relationship with Cam. What was your communication with him in the late stages leading up to that play that he was able to knock down the shot?
Yeah, I'm not, I get it out top, especially late in the games, no matter how I've been shooting the ball. I'm starting to, I've been realized that teams might run and jump me out there and not let me play one-on-one. So I think the end of regulation, I seen them coming in the end of regulation. I rushed a three-pointer. I maybe should have waited a little bit. We probably could have got the same set at the end of regulation, but it's good to go through that. So when I seen it again in the overtime, I was able to slow down a bit and find Cam, and he just showcased his brilliance, making a tough runner. That's his shot. So glad he knocked that down.
There were moments where you looked like defensively you guys were getting back to yourselves on the offensive end as well. And there were moments, of course, where San Antonio made it too close for comfort. What's your big takeaway when you come away from a game like this? It's a win, but there were a lot of things on both sides.
Well, we all rebounded them, matched them on the offensive boards. We had 21 turnovers. So they was able to get 9 more shots up than us. And they made 13 threes, Lonnie Walker hit some tough ones, and Brent Forbes and Primo hit a couple tough ones. And Jake Lawndale, I think, at the end of the third really gave him a boost. He had like 10 straight points for him off of just catching shoots and little dirty stuff he was doing under the rim and getting rebounds and stuff. So, they made timely shots, but I think overall we were there in front of them all night.
Kevin, kind of following up on that, is it concerning at all for you that you guys can't put away some of these teams, or are you just taking a win?
No, you got to respect the Spurs. That's what they do. They don't stop playing. Some of these teams, if it was another team the way we was playing, we probably would have blown them out. But that's a championship organization. I think, I know they don't got big names and they haven't been at that level the last couple of years, but that's just the culture they have over there, and that's what Pop created. So no matter if they down 20, they almost play better when they down. You know what I'm saying? So they was able to get back into the game, get some confidence from knocking down threes, and the three-pointer keep you in the game. So when you're making a few of those, then you're just getting confidence. So I don't expect to just, walk in and see who on the roster and all right, we're supposed to beat them by 40. We know it's going to be a tougher game sometimes, a trap game sometimes, noon game. So it was a challenge for us, a different challenges each game. So, we figure out what they are and fight through them and get better.
Kevin, you guys were missing Nick Claxton for a long stretch. How significant it has been to first get him back and then see him grow to the level he's playing at right now over the last month?
Well, it's stuff that we expect out of him. We want him to be available to play, and he's been here for us. And he had a tough stretch early on, being down and being sick for a month or so. And so see him get his stamina back up and play with that energy, 33 minutes, double-double. Last month or so, he's been playing great ball.
Kevin, obviously you guys have been struggling at home. So how critical was it not only to get this one and put it away, but what do you feel like you have to work on at home to make improvements and to make it as tough for other teams here as you make it on the road?
Well, you got to think about it. A lot of teams come in here with no pressure to win. So those shots don't have pressure sometimes when they make it. And then, you make 2 or 3 early on, you get confidence, you build confidence. So I think each game takes on a life of its own. And from the outside looking in, it's easy to say, well, look at the paper. Y'all got more talent. Y'all should just beat this team. But it's context to a lot of different things in life, and that's one of them. A game has context, and there's a flow and a rhythm to each game. And I know we're in the analytics era where you just look at the box score and come up with a solution to what's going on, but it's a flow to the game, and I think each game is different, and you got to respect these teams that come in, and we're gonna keep grinding. And I feel like a lot of these teams just got hot on us, made shots. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference in this league.
You had a similar thing, I think, against when the Knicks were here, where they made you give it up on the last possession and you guys scored. Do you feel like same thing today? If you guys, eventually the teams are going to stop doing that and let you get the last shot.
I doubt they will. I mean, I doubt that the team going to sit up there and let me dribble for 6-7 seconds and let me try to score over somebody. So, and you got to get them credit because in my mind, I'm like, all right, do I have an isolation? Do I have a one-on-one situation? Then I started getting to my move, then boom, So the coach has been trying to throw me off with that type of stuff, but that's the stuff that's going to happen in the playoffs. That's going to happen for the rest of my career. I mean, that's how good I am as a player. So I got to be able to see my teammates and trust in them. And, tonight was another night.
Kevin, you mentioned the analytics era that we're in. You're a guy who always likes to play, be out on the floor, but a lot of guys with the back-to-back 4 and 5, they probably wouldn't fly across the country and play in that game in Portland. Why is it important for you to be out there tomorrow night?
I want to play, and then they pay me money to play basketball.
Kevin, what kind of luxury is it to have Kyrie in that kind of situation, knowing that he can give you guys a lift with the...
Yeah, yes, we definitely are a better team, way better team, and it's definitely going to give us a lift. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, we got a couple games on the road and an opportunity for us to build our chemistry. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Kevin, I'm related to today's game. What are your thoughts on Klay Thompson making it back all the way from, almost 3 years out?
Yeah, I'm excited for him. I know it's a huge, huge day out there in the Bay Area. I mean, it's going to be electric in there today. And, talking to Klay over the last couple of years, you can just feel it through text messages how excited he is to get back on the floor. And I know every basketball fan is going to be tuned in. So I'm looking forward to his return and a healthy rest of the season as well and the rest of his career as well. So I'm glad he's back.